And welcome back to our Varsity Sports Now high school basketball preview. Jay Elson, Jason, and Darren. We're moving into South Dakota now, where in Class AA there are two teams coming off a championship season. Lincoln, of course, won the title in Class AA as a 5 seed last year, while Harrisburg won the Class A title with just one loss along the way. Now, the Tigers have since, of course, made the jump to Class AA, and they're doing it with a new head coach. Nick Mayer is running the show now and says he and the Tigers are doing their best to handle all of this transition.
Winning Class A last year, 25-1, and now moving up to AA. They understand what needs to be done. It's a different brand of basketball. It's physical, and kids it's going to be a faster pace. You know, we got to get used to the shot clock and everything else, and our kids have really taken it upon themselves to get themselves ready for that.
Yeah, for sure. We could compete with most of the teams we play this year.
It was a lot faster play. It took time to get used to, and I think we'll be okay.
Meanwhile, at Sioux Falls Lincoln, the expectations are a little lower with the exit of 6 seniors, including stars like Sarah Ledbetter and Darby Huguenin. They also have a new coach, Matt Daly, who faces the daunting task of leading the Pats back to the top.
Not gonna lie, there's a little bit of pressure coming off a state championship year. However, I think the girls are doing a great job of understanding right now that it's a completely different team. We lost 6 seniors from last year's team. We're tremendously young with only 3 seniors on this team, so we're going to have a bunch of underclassmen step up and elevate their game a little bit. But you know what? With the amount of height and athleticism that we have on this team, we're really confident we're going to be right back there in the state tournament and pushing for a state championship.
People kind of think down of us this year since we lost 6 seniors, but we have a shot.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, we know that we were in 5th place, and now we know that anything's possible, and the underdog can always come back and win. It just depends who gets their stuff together at the end.
We also have some very skilled players, but we also do have our weaknesses that we need to work on. I think getting the ball up the court is going to be a lot different than last year.
All right, that's a look at Harrisburg and Lincoln, which brings us now, Jason, to your Class AA preseason power rankings. Both Harrisburg and Lincoln, of course, like we just mentioned, coming off championship seasons, yet neither makes your power rankings. Explain yourself.
Well, I'll tell you what, Harrisburg has a big task jumping up to a new class. Just like they said, it's going to be a challenge. They competed with OGorman last year with the one AA school that they played them within 10 points, but they're going to have to do that on a nightly basis. Not quite ready for that top 5. And then Lincoln, losing a star like Darby Huguenin, they're gonna feel that effect. They've got a lot of good players back, but to have a player that can drive the train like she did, don't quite have that this year. So right now there's enough good teams in the top 5 where they don't quite belong yet.
Who does it? Who does have it, I should say, I think without question, is Washington. And we're going to hear from the favorites now, those Washington Warriors who, let's face it, Jason, aren't exactly new to the spotlight.
We expect big things from this group, and every year we realize that the expectation is high in our program, but we like it that way. We feel that we've put in the work to have that expectation there, and we look forward to getting the season going.
I think we definitely have a lot more experience than we've had in the past. Everybody's played up, and even though we have 7 seniors, we still have a deep bench. And I think what's different is everybody on this team really wants to win because we've come up short the past few years, so we want to win state this year.
It's going to be a little bit different because, starting out freshman year, I always had, another older person to look up to, and now it's my turn, just to play my role and help the younger girls get where they need to be.
I think if we just get a lot of stops, our offense will always follow. So, yeah, I think our defense needs to get everything started. So.
Now, number 2 on my list, I've got Mitchell. I mean, this is a team that lost a lot of players. Won a title 2 years ago. Last year, got knocked out in the semis, or in the finals actually. And this year, they've got 1 player back. We all know Macy Miller's back, and she really could go for 30 points a game this year. And a player like that can lift a lot of heavy lifting for the team. And so with her, I think they're going to surprise some people. They are down a little bit, but I still think they're quality enough to be number 2 on my list.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to bring 1 player back, Macy Miller, not a bad one to have, certainly. All right, OGorman now is a team that returns 4 starters, and one of the top players in the state, a SDSU recruit, in Jessica Maris. Let's hear from the Knights.
We played a lot of young kids, and they all need to take their game to the next level, and we certainly expect them to do that and hopefully have an exciting season.
Our team's going to be pretty good, we hope, and then
Our expectations is to do the best we can this season and hopefully make it to the state tournament.
Well, we have really high expectations. We only lost one starter, and we're getting 4 of our players back, and we have great teamwork, so I think that's what will get us through is our teamwork.
We got decent size this year, and I think it's going to be a nice mixture of run and gun and down low and just everything.
Now, Roosevelt has 3 key starters back, but one of them, Tagan Larson, she's going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks with a stress fracture in her foot. She actually played with that injury during volleyball. But Chris Clark will talk about the strengths of this year's team.
We have 3 returning starters. Paige Meriden, who's committed to go to USF and play basketball. Nicole Hatcher, a Division I soccer player, slated to go to SDSU and play. And then Tagan Larson will be a junior as our 3rd returning starter that we have back. And she's verbal to play at Iowa, so basketball-wise, just coming off the state volleyball tournament.
I think our strengths this year will really be our defense and our quickness. That'll really help us out. And our defense, hopefully, can get some easy steals and use that and lead that into our offense. So.
All right, rounding out your preseason top 5 in Class AA girls is Pierre. The Lady Govs feature 2 Division I prospects. Seemed like every Pierre team features at least 2 Division I prospects. Well, as a result, the expectations are rather high.
We've had kids in our program, Caitlin Severin, Katie Berg have been with us, for 4 years playing at this level. Sydney Palmer's played at this level for 4 years, as an 8th grader. Caitlin actually plays her 5th year. But to give them the opportunity to get to the state tournament.
It's been a big learning experience, a lot of different experiences, and definitely hope that this year is the best of them all.
All right, well, Harrisburg's exit means there's room for someone new at the top of Class A. Find out which team Jandy likes the most heading into the season.
Varsity Sports Now, presented by Shields.